Good afternoon. My name is Jose Vizquerra, and I'm the president and CEO for OIII Mining. OIII Mining stands for the third iteration of the Osisko group of companies. If you see in this slide, the very first slide, the first picture is from Canadian Malartic. Canadian Malartic was the mine that was put in production by our founders. The property was bought in 2003 for $80,000. Put it in production after investing $1.2 billion, and the company was sold for $4.1 billion. The second slide you can see there, and I was part of that. I was the chief of strategies, and that's what Osisko Mining is today, and that's the Windfall deposit. We essentially started with a cash shell with $8 million. Today, Osisko Mining is over $1 billion. The third slide is what OIII Mining is, and this is a third iteration of the Osisko group of companies. So what we have in OIII Mining and what we are. In OIII Mining, we're focused in Val-d'Or. Val-d'Or is a great camp, a camp where 30 million ounces has already been produced, which shows how prolific is the area. We're in a very stable jurisdiction. We're in Quebec. It's one of the better places that you want to be to do exploration. We get the permits on time. Right now we have 4 drills turning. We're drilling consistently, and we are focusing one simple strategy. We're minimizing the risk by focusing in areas that we already have a resource, and we're expanding them. And we're putting the upside into this by drilling areas and coming up with a discovery. And now I'm going to show you a little bit of that as we go. This slide also shows that on the basis of the amount of ounces that we have right now in our books, which is 5.2 million ounces, we're trading at a discount. And we do have a potential to grow very fast just by putting into value the ounces we already own. So what do we have now? We have a company which is well-funded. We have right now in the order of $30 million. We have cash. We have a resource, mostly into 3 deposits, into Malartic, what we call Malartic, which is the Marban deposit. We have resource in Garrison, and we also have resource in our property called Alpha. We have a total of 5.2 million ounces of gold in our books right now. And how are we going to add value to our story? Well, by drilling. We believe that by the growing through the drill bit is the way where we are going to create value into OIII Mining. Right now, we're $120 million $120 million market cap. If we just take into consideration that we have 5.2 million ounces and we take precedent transactions, this means that in the fundamental value, our company should be worth around $200 million. So we have work to do to pass the message, but we have right now fundamental value in our company, and that is very important to start. This company also has one thing that not every company has, and we have management very well committed. My family and myself holds over 3.5% of the company. We believe in this. When our stock comes down, we suffer, and we want it to be a very successful story. Osisko Mining still holds 54% of the company, and we have 46 million shares outstanding, which for a junior company is a pretty good number. So what do we have in terms of area? What we have in terms of area is a very large land package in a very prolific camp. Again, the Timmins camp on your left-hand side and the Val-d'Or camp on your right-hand side. Total of 50 million ounces have been produced in the Cadillac Break in the OIII-V. 30 million ounces have been produced in Val-d'Or, the area where we are focused. And there is a say from older people that says that you find elephants in a town of elephants. And that's what we believe we are. We are in a great place in Val-d'Or, in a place to succeed. And I'll show you why we believe we're going to be successful. If we see right here, where the purple dot is El Dorado, with the Sigma Lamaque mine. To the west, in blue, is Agnico Eagle. To the east, everything in yellow is OIII Mining. We have right now managed to accumulate all this ground through different acquisitions. And right now we have managed to have all what we need. So now we're ready to play. We have every single thing we need right now in our books. When we bought Alexandria Minerals, which was in the center part of that map, Agnico Eagle actually stepped in and made a higher bid for this, and we end up acquiring it. We have right now, and I want to reiterate, we have 61,000 hectares in a very important camp where more than 30 million ounces have been produced, and we control it all. And now we're ready to execute. What is very important about Val-d'Or is to understand the genesis of these deposits. None of these deposits, although they are world-class deposits, started as a world-class deposits. They became a world-class deposit. What I mean by that is that the footprint of these deposits in the Abitibi are not very big. These are not like the deposits in China or in Latin America that you have like a 5 kilometers by a 5 kilometers. No, you only have 200 meters by 300 meters, but then they extend at depth. And in the case of Val-d'Or, most of the deposits have extended up to 2 kilometers, with the exception of La Ronde, up to 3 kilometers. So that create us and bring us a lot of power into what we are intending to do, because we have now the possibility to grow on the basis of our own resources by going down plunge. We have these three main properties, which we call the Malartic property, the Alpha property, and the East Cadillac property. And we have a plan for this year for 50,000 meters of drilling. And we have the cash, because I already mentioned to you that we have over $30 million in cash. What is Marban and what is the Malartic property? Marban, as you see, is in the red dot. Marban is located only 15 kilometers from the Canadian Malartic mine. The Canadian Malartic mine is today the most profitable gold mine in Canada. It is the 10th largest gold mine in the world, and we're only 15 kilometers from there, and we have 1.8 million ounces ready to be in production. What we're intending to do there is to focus on the high grade of Marban, which we believe we have the opportunity to have between 400 and 500,000 ounces of plus 5 grams. If we manage to show that through a 43-101, we suddenly are very much of interest for Kena Mine, which is West Dome, or even for El Dorado. So the downside here is very limited. Either this property can be sold to Agnico, either this property can be put in production using the Agnico facility, or either this property suddenly can be of interest for El Dorado or to West Dome. With this property, this is our focus. With regards to Alpha, which is our main property, Alpha standing for high value proposition, we have an area from which we really want to put this into production. And we're looking for something that can be between 150,000 ounces to 200,000 ounces. So all what we do is focusing on putting this into production. And we have put things in production before as a group, so we believe that this is something very doable. What we have in here, 5 main corridors. We have the corridor of Cadillac Break, we have a skarn corridor in the north, another skarn corridor even north from there, the Aramac corridor. One more important corridor, if you see on your left-hand side, a diagonal there, that is the Sigma-Lamaque corridor. And as you see, we have Sigma there, we have Lamaque. The discovery from El Dorado is just in the middle there, and then comes our ground. So we are not focusing that, but we are paying attention, and we will test the area called Omega, and with the intention to see if we can have another Lamaque in the area. Now, let's focus for 1 second into our own property. And if you see the area called Epsilon, is what we're showing here. We have right now on your left-hand side, the area called Epsilon and Pontiac. What we have done is we have just drilled very systematically. When we started doing this, we received some comments of people saying that we were not going to find mineralization in the sediments. We were not going to find mineralization in the same break. But we just follow a very simple rule. We just have to be systematic in our drilling. And we let the rocks talk to us. We don't try to say if something is right or wrong. We just want to prove the things. And as we went there, we did find sediment. We find mineralization in the sediments, and we find mineralization at the break. Results like over 6 meters of 9 grams, which is very good. This was a new discovery made up by OIII, and now it's a matter of continue to develop that. As I mentioned, very important for us, the most important thing is to grow on the upside of what already exists. All these that you see here, Ornada 2, 4, and Bulldog, are areas with a resource. Now we just have to grow this, going at depth, and this is what our campaign of drilling will be done. If we just imagine that between this and the East Cadillac, we follow the same idea, we have minimized the risk and we're maximizing the upside. We're working with areas with resource. We're not starting from zero. These areas have a resource, we just have to expand them. We have the cash, we have a technical team that has done it before, and this is our time to execute and to do it for the third time. Thank you very much for your time.